Now that's what I'm talking about. Got that working now, boy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What do we got going on here? Gotta get some people up in here. There we go. It was a Mac problem. In fact, it was my issue that I had created months ago. I remember now. Let's go. Thank you for saying I look great, whoever you are. Come out, wherever you are. So you guys want to know where I was last night? Who wants to guess what I manifested last night? I bet you one of you would guess properly. Talk about broken realities. Oh, thanks. The quote. That's my homie right there. Talk about broken realities. Where would I, or why would I say my reality is broken? No, not a car, not a date, not a black screen. Jersey pizza? Ooh, boy. I manifested a problem, but what problem? Really hot chick, if only. That wouldn't be a broken reality though, would it? New home, again, that wouldn't be a broken reality. Topic is broken reality. Lottery, again, I'm talking about a broken reality. How does winning the lottery equal a broken reality? Y'all don't get it, huh? So this... See, okay, Jem, you're on the right track now, because there definitely had something to do with a car initially. I'll give you a hint. My hands were like this, except behind my back. Delano, you're getting close. Locked jail. Jail. Jail, jail, jail. Good times. Good times. Hands behind your back, Mr. Alai. What? So, I'll tell you what happened. This isn't the first time for me. It's all good. But what happened was I was driving. Abduction, that happened in Colombia, not here. I was going out, and I was in an area I didn't know. And I pulled out, and I didn't even get to go out. I was just in my car. So this is all interesting, all right? And I'll start from the beginning. The other night I was having a conversation with someone about how my subconscious has gotten me out of trouble countless times. Countless times, right? Even when I'm in the brink of the worst stuff happening, whether it's a direct voice in my head or something happens that catches my eye, my subconscious is always working with me, or my higher self, my God. So I was having a conversation with someone about how my subconscious got me out of trouble once. You know, a long time ago, someone was trying to get me in trouble with the cops, back when I wasn't doing the right thing. And right when it was happening, I heard a knock, 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 knock. But there's no one around. It was in my head, and then I looked, and I realized that there was something going on that I didn't know about. Someone was trying to set me up to get me in trouble. So my subconscious got me out of trouble by making me aware, and I was able to get out of that situation. But so I was a little more specific in the conversation, using verbiage and words that were exact. Like, he wanted me to go to jail. All the cops were around. Yada yada yada. So yesterday I'm driving, and so I just moved back to New Jersey, and I had this conversation 2 nights ago. It was with a coaching client. I was texting it, which is even more, man. So I'm driving. I'm in a place I don't know. I make a turn down a street that I wasn't supposed to turn down, so I flipped around real quick, and a cop hits me with the lights. Like, all right, I didn't know where I was. I didn't even know exactly what I had done. But it was Saturday night. It was whatever time, 10 o'clock at night. So whatever. It was probably, the cop was probably thinking, all right, this dude's drunk or something like that, which I wasn't. I was completely sober. But nevertheless, he takes my license, goes to the car. It takes like 20 minutes. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I call my mother. I'm like, yo, Ma, I don't know what the deal is, right? But stay on the phone with me just in case. And then another cop rolls up, and he was like, comes to the car. He's like, Mr. Alai, you've been honest with me, but you have a warrant at a Trenton from 2016. I got to take you in. I was like, no. So I was like, Ma, you hear that? They're locking me up. So, what's crazy about the whole situation too, right? I could be mad. The guy wasn't very nice at first. I'm not a pushover. So there was a little bit of conflict going on, and but amazingly, and how you can know, like I could get mad at that cop. I could get mad at me in my past. I can get mad at what it was a bench warrant. A bench warrant from 2016 from not showing up to court. And it's technically from 2014, so like 10 years ago. And so I go to, they take me to the jail. And but I was like, yo, Ma, you gotta bail me out. Bail's $2,500 in Jersey. There's 10%. So she's like, all right, I'll be right there. She was there even before I got there. But what's crazy about it was, I was like, bring your cash. She had the exact amount, not a dollar more or a dollar less than was to get me out, to get me bailed out. And so I spent like 3 hours in jail last night. It's been a long time. I didn't have to go to county. It was just processing. And I ended up having a good time, talking with the cops and stuff, who first were not very nice to me, but once they realized I wasn't like the rest of the people who had been arrested that night, they kind of changed the tune. But this is me and my creation. I'm the one responsible for this. You could look back and say, well, I didn't pay the thing back then, or I didn't go to court back then, but really this all has to do with me and my thoughts, right? I'm not a fan of cops. I've been talking a lot about them because stuff's been happening. And not only that, I went into a deep conversation about what went down and this and that. And it turns out, man, like, it was all predestined, preordained from 2 nights ago, to the point where my mom had the exact amount of money to bail me out. And I got out and boom, that's it. So, yeah, it could have been worse. It is what it is. I've had worse situations than that. It was a little stressful. I don't want to be sitting in jail, because there's possibilities. But even then, I was imagining, I'm like, all right, I'll be out of here, whatever. No big deal. Even if I go to jail, what are they going to do? Keep me overnight in Trenton? I'll be home the next day. Really not a big deal, right? People make it out to be a big deal. I mean, now you get arrested for anything, But the point is that it was all my creation. It was a conversation that I had, and I manifested it, right? I've been on point, on fire recently, like crazy, manifesting everything. And so it didn't surprise me in the end. I was beating myself up, like, man, gotta watch what you think. But ultimately, it's my stuff. I had to take care of it anyway. So I can look at it, and I choose to look at it in a way that I'm getting it out of the way. I don't care. It was mine anyway. It had to be taken care of either yesterday, 10 years ago, or 10 years from now. But it's all about what we're thinking. It's about, what broken reality comes back to me holding it in place based on the things of the past. There were events happening in the past that I never took care of. And within the mind, when you believe something is true, you hold it in place. This reality right now is not how it is because of laws of nature and cause and effect. It's how it is right now because we believe in our memories hold it in place. If we change our memories, reality changes, right? People think it's like definite cause and effect. No, it's memories that hold it in place. Change the memory, your consciousness of the event, and it will change everything. Yeah, I see a question here. But anyway, I'm not in a clink. What's funny is I got out and I was talking to someone and they saw my location and they were like, how was jail? I was like, I was only in there for like a couple hours. And they were like, it changed you. It's a joke. But I thought that was hilarious when they said that. It's just like straight out of a movie or something. Jail changed you. So someone asked a question just now, and they said, if someone suggests that if it hasn't manifested, then God doesn't want it for you, that person is confused about the law. The person's, it's very common today. I hear a lot about it, man. There's a lot, like, I feel sorry for you guys, and I say that to say there's a lot of BS out there, man. Like, for those of you who haven't mastered manifesting before and you found it on YouTube, I can only tell you my truth, which is to say, like, I take it seriously with integrity. I teach based on scripture and experience, systematic approach, not a bunch of bullshit of someone who wants to be famous on YouTube. That's not how I got here. If you guys know my story, I was compelled and forced to take this role. And so I just feel bad because there's so many people who they'll come to me, they'll be listening to people for months. They don't have money to do coaching, right? And so they'll just listen to these people and do all this stuff with their mind and whatever it is. And then they'll finally come to me and be like, Joseph, I have been imagining XYZ way for XYZ desire. And I'm like, why are you doing that? And they said, oh, because this person said it. Well, that person was full of shit. They just wanted to be famous on YouTube, so they're telling you anything that you want to, basically anything that they heard or that they think is cool to say. And in that same likeness, someone just said it. They were like, yeah, someone said, well, if you didn't get it yet, then God doesn't want it for you. Well, that's not manifesting at all. That's some weird crossbreed that's an excuse. That's a way out. That's a way out for that person to not take responsibility for what they're teaching. They're saying, well, you can get anything you want. But, in case I'm teaching it wrong, God doesn't want it for you. That's bullshit. Yes, that's right. Law of imagination. Hey, Diana T. Glad that you learned from me and that you manifested a lot of stuff. Yeah, making up a memory is the same thing as revising. It's the same thing as imagining. All imagining is creating memory. Metaphysical Mike, good to see you here. It's been a while. I dreamt last night that I walked into this room and I opened the door. This led to door after door. It just kept repeating into different rooms. Any idea what my subconscious is trying to tell me? So a trick, keep this in mind. It's your feeling associated. What emotional feeling, what emotion did you have when this was happening? Did you feel lost? Did you feel like what was going on? So that's really what you want to keep in mind, because your subconscious communicates with you in the most effective way that you can analyze once you're looking at the emotion of it. That's what paints the whole perception, because everything else can be swapped out. People's faces, you could be talking to your brother in the dream, but they have a face of someone else. I'm sure all of you have seen that. Your best friend is actually your teacher, something weird, right? But you know that emotion and knowing is what proves to you who you're talking to. They can have a different whatever, that doesn't matter, but you're knowing, feeling. So what is it that you felt? What is it that you felt? If you tell me, I'll still go ahead and try to answer as long as I can see what it is that you had the feeling, because then I could probably actually help you. What do we got here? Can you go and I want to make sure I see. You know what, Metaphysical Mike, just shout out to me, tag me when you give me that information, because I will. People who donate, I give them preference over questions, answering questions. So people who generally don't get their manifestations, I can't, from what I can tell you are my observations. What I've noticed in many cases, right, so you have to assume that a person is doing it right. There are so many people teaching this stuff wrong. I can't say 100% wrong. A lot of stuff people get results, right? But when it comes down to real nitty-gritty specific stuff, if you're doing it right as far as the imagining aspect of the whole thing, in many cases what happens is people aren't letting go. They're not letting go, or they're not working on assumptions, or they're imagining before the end instead of after the end, or they're imagining before the end, and then after the end, all in one scene. Again, that's not what you want to do. Obsessive thinking, not working on beliefs or assumptions. A lot of people are teaching with negative thinking. You're supposed to switch it on and off all the time, like switch it. These types of things are indications that there's something wrong. There's a lot of I wish there was a way that each and every one of you could have access to the answer to your questions, and I can tap into all of your minds at once and give you what's going on and erase everything you think you know. A lot of times what happens is people have this preconceived notion based on Abraham Hicks or whatever. And this is bullshit for the most part, right? Like the way that people mix things together, right? For instance, Neville Goddard's feeling is the secret. Okay, most people are doing, who are manifestation practitioners, is they take what Abraham Hicks says, which is feeling means emotion, and they're mixing it with what Neville says, which is feeling is the secret. But that isn't what Neville says at all. Neville's saying feeling is the secret. And he says this, he makes this abundantly clear, specifically in the lecture Facts Overflow the World. Not only that, but it's in scripture as well. It's in, what is it? Esau and Jacob. Come close that I may feel you, my son. That's what it is. So let's see. Safe, calm, hopeful, interesting. That's weird in the sense of not what I was thinking weird. It means like that's not what I was assuming that it would be. If that's the feeling, it definitely has something to do with, you have to think of symbolic representation. We're talking about opening door after door and have a feeling of hopefulness and peace. I mean, you're talking about trusting the process. You're talking about trusting where you're going blindly, which means you're being led perfectly. And you're trusting. That's probably what I would get out of that, honestly, in the simplest way. If I recorded affirmations, by the way, thank you so much for the donations. It's been such a long time since I've been here and doing this, and so everything helps. And it feels really great to know that people are still interested. Let's see what we got. If I recorded an affirmation from a specific person to beg for me and contact me in marriage, will it work in my own voice? He blocked me and lives in a different country. So check it out, right? Why would you... I say this hypothetically, but so that you can think about this. In the tense of objectively analyzing the end, right? So what does the subconscious do? And the awareness that you're aware of. It replicates what's in your subconscious. It replicates what you imagine. So whatever you're fixated on, if you hold it there, you will be compelled to fulfill it. That exact scene. So if you're imagining a person begging for you, that means that you're imagining before the end, which means if that manifests, that means you are perpetuating them not being with you. You are dragging it out longer. You are forcing the universe to not give you that person. Okay? That's one aspect. Another aspect is, what'd you say? Contact me. Again, contacting, that's before the end. If that manifests, them contacting you is before the end. Again, you're forcing and compelling the universe to stop before marriage, right? Now, marriage, after marriage, meaning an anniversary, that is what you should be imagining. If you're thinking about them saying like, oh my God, I left this person or yada yada. Again, you're way too thinking elementary. You go to a point where that's not even an issue anymore. You want to go beyond to a point where you're satisfied and secured, and so are they. You're not freaking out. Oh my God, like you're beyond that. You're with this person. You're comfortable with that person. Married. That's all you want to imagine. Okay. Thanks, Dante. I used to be able to manifest so easily that any word that left my mouth would become reality, but now I can't. How can I clear my subconscious block? The more you fear there's a block, the more you instill a block. Oftentimes as well, there's only specific things that are blocking in your mind. So you're probably fixating on one topic and it's not happening. And so now you're thinking that none of it's happening because that's the only one that you care about. But really, it's probably only having to do with that subject in and of itself. And so the way to fix that is you have to work on assumptions and generalizations. That's the long story short of it. Assumptions and generalization, your self-concept, your assumptions of reality. You have something within those topics that are being prevented from manifesting that are causing you to not have it, if that makes sense. And decay. Always revise in first-person point of view. Everything you do is in first-person point of view. Always. Always, 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 always. What do we got? Elise. That was Elise. Thank you so much. What country is NOK currency? Can someone tell me? I'd very much like to know that. Should I hear the subliminals every night or a few nights and never again? I put it in lower volume. I've done it for a week now. Well, I would say subliminals are less effective than just imagining something. Subliminals, think of it this way, man. Like if I were to tell you, you are a millionaire. You're the best. You're the best, dude. Listen to me. You can do this. Versus, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Like, which one's going to hit the most impact in your mind? Just because it's whispering doesn't mean it's going to go subconscious. What has a better chance of subconsciously changing you is me forcing you to listen to me loud and clear and tell you and command to you the truth. You have what it takes. You are the best. You blah 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 blah. So one, I'm probably saying it wrong. He loves being my husband. Listening to these affirmations, is that enough? You likely need to fix the aspect that caused the rejection in the first place. Not that will prevent you from getting it, but if you're feeling anxious when it comes to imagining, that means there's some pain that it has caused within you. You may have a new belief instilled or an old belief that you need to resolve that would help if you resolved it. So he loves being my husband. I would overall, as opposed to being specific, like those affirmations should be more so general. Like everyone that I love loves me. I always get the man that I want. I easily imagine my specific person. You do generalizations. It takes away the stress and strain and anxiety related to imagining specific things. And not only that, it will, it essentially creates a permanent blueprint in your mind as opposed to a singular one-off. The problem is if he rejected you once, there's something playing in your subconscious, he's going to reject you again, right? There's something that's living, and if you don't, and a specific manifestation is probably not going to fix that. There's some belief that needs to be unbelieved, and the way you unbelieve it is generalizations, like how I just described to you. All right, I need to know what NOK is now. Someone's got to tell me, please. Dang, $20? Yo, what the hell? We got the record here. 2 20s? What the hell's going on here? What, you guys made of money? Thank you, guys. Hold on, let me see what I got here. I don't want to miss anybody. You guys are awesome, man. What the hell? So on my long story short to you is watch some of my videos on assumptions, subconscious mind injection tapes, self-concept. Everyone is yourself pushed out. Remember that phrase. Everyone is yourself pushed out. My videos I'm talking about here. And follow those instructions. I also will be selling my old my workshop materials soon from each workshop. And I'm going to have some really dope systematic step-by-step stuff. I'm also doing imaginal scenes. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I'm literally doing imaginals. I'm crafting imaginal scenes for you and narrating them. Like, I'm not going to be doing that forever because it takes a lot of effort. But if you want your perfect scene, go to my website. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. Just for you people who seem to be asking specific questions related to scenes and are donating money, why don't you just invest that? Anyway. One time at a restaurant, I told my friend I wanted a wooden beaded bracelet. And 20 minutes later, a monk came up to my car and gave me a wooden beads. That is awesome. I love that. How come you look so familiar to me, Ms. M? Is it Eminem or MM? Is there like a something play on words there? I don't know. That is awesome. Is one genuine imaginal act enough to overcome a conflicting belief that is decades old? Yes. So consider this. I said this in the beginning, but I know not everyone was here. This world is held in place not by cause and effect of previous events, but our memories of them. All is consciousness. The proof of this is when you imagine something different, you'll realize your world changes. And if you go into your imagination and fixate on a new memory or inject a memory where in the past, or replace an old memory with a new one or modify an old one, you'll realize that events will transpire to compel that thing to happen. So in that case, a cascade of events will happen. So if you change a belief that's 20 years old, you only have to change the event that caused the belief in your mind. And that cascade will happen and a bunch of things will change, including that belief. Now, it's not going to happen instantaneously. A natural chain of events is going to happen. It could take a day, a week, whatever. But you will then naturally take on that new form, that new assumption, that new belief system. It will happen automatically without any effort as long as you, as you say, perform one genuine, clear-cut imaginal act. Oh, no, dude. Don't go away. That was Jacob. Thank you so much. Tasha, what do you think about the void state? I've been strongly meditating into the void state. You don't have to worry about that, man. Like that's like silver bullet stuff, Tasha. That's like if you really have the time to do it and want to master meditation, you will get great results using that. It's the I am state. But you don't even need to get that far, man. People have to make this so hard. You just, in your mind right now, repeat after me. Like, let's think of a cool one, man. Let's think of a cool one. Like, I am inundated with tons of money. Money keeps coming my way. In your mind, say that phrase as loud as you can, like you're screaming at yourself. I am inundated with money. Money comes to me in droves. Something like that. Repeat it in your mind. Do it loud as hell in your mind. Dude, y'all give me $20, dude. What the hell, man? Y'all freaking... What? Alright, hold on. Let me be quiet for a second. That's all you need to do, man. Watch what happens now. For probably a quarter of you, by the next time you're going to say, Joseph, something happened. I got X amount of money. That's all it takes, dude. Alright. Sweet Hun. I was about to say Sweet Hun. Sweet Hun, what is your proven method? Can you give us an example step by step? First, second, repeat. I have a hard time deciding, believing, etc. So here's the thing, man. Like, I'm going to save your ass with this whole believing nonsense. Belief is worthless. Leave it at home, okay? How are you supposed to believe something that's not true? You're not delusional. What you're supposed to do instead is imagine until you feel a thorough satisfaction that you have performed that imaginal act to a realistic degree. And all that means is you're using your imaginal senses at the same time. If you are focused with your senses imaginally and using your inner voice at the same time, it is impossible to focus on anything else. Literally, your mind can really only focus on, in its saturation wise, one thing at a time. And so when you imagine, you want to calibrate yourself, you want to relax, you want to get in the scene, you want to first plan the scene afore, right? You don't want to leave this to chance. You want to write this down. I'm dead serious. You want to write down your plan before you go in. Most people are so lackadaisical with it. And if you really care about the thing that you want, take 10 minutes and outline the scene. Make it short, make it concise, make it 3 to 10 seconds long, I'll say. Real brief, real short. Real short. There's reasons for it. I'm not going to go into why, but take my word on this, right? It would take me way longer. We're just talking about technique now, right? 3 to 10 seconds long. Write down a scene, and the scene must be after you've received your end. Not during, not before, not including it. After, right? Not receiving a check, not pulling the lever and seeing jackpot. No, after. After you've already got the check. You already have the wedding certificate. You're already at your 1-year anniversary. You're already friggin' have $1 million in your bank. You've already gotten the new job 6 months ago. You've got your first raise already. You outline a scene and you find a symbolic representation of it. You got a raise? Well, shake the hand of your boss. You got married? Well, get a hug from your mother-in-law. You won the lottery? Get the droves. Seeing your answer machine has 100 missed calls, 100 voicemails from all kinds of people trying to take your money now, right? You find a symbolic representation, a short one that could easily be repeatable. 100 messages, or Joseph, please lend me 100 grand. Joseph, please lend me 100 grand of your 10 million that you won. And you can repeat that over and over until it's a natural. You repeat it so it becomes natural, so you no longer have to think about it. You make it short so you don't have to memorize too much. And you repeat it over and over. You add all the tones of reality while you do that. All the senses, imaginal taste, touch, smell, hearing, feeling. And then use your inner voice. Narrate it internally. We're doing this in reality all the time. Right? Narrate it internally. That's using your inner voice. So once you get it down physically, all the senses, then you can free up your mind. And your mind should be thinking from the scene as well. If you do that and repeat that over and over until it's natural, until there's no strain, you will find a thrill or an emotional satisfaction derived from within you once you complete that, and you can stop. That's it. That's all you need to do. You don't need to imagine it again. Ever. That's it. That's it. That's how you get it, man. That's the no question. Yes, that is your Norwegian currency. You guys are just so cool. Someone did 1999. You had to do it. You had to do it. Let me see this real fast, man. So if something's traumatizing to visualize, you don't visualize that thing. You visualize a scene that you wish happened instead. Entirely. Or you imagine something after, talking about how something different happened. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. If that makes sense. What happened to my live stream? There it is. How come I can't like it? Oh, I can like it. There we go. I'm going to like all these things because you guys are badass. You guys are amazing. You guys are the most amazing. Metaphysical Mike has given me his life savings tonight. Thanks, dog. Joseph, I've experienced unexplainable miracles lately. Specific anxious thought forms, voices, emotions that would paralyze me for years are suddenly getting less. It's as if they're being erased from my subconscious. It's amazing to hear, and I'm grateful to hear that. There have been periods of my life where there are profound changes, not just the run-of-the-mill natural movements. Right? Like, I think where I can relate to you in this is when I've had crippling fear of loss, like jealousy in relationships. When that evaporated, I'm talking about that destroyed my life for years. And the moments there were profound changes, like, what the hell? I mean, amazing. I'm glad to hear that. And so there are ebbs and flows. I mean, lately I've been on fire. You know, I mean, I manifested myself getting locked up last night. Like, so fast. Boom. Boom. I'm really glad to hear that. And this should be so, like, people, you all should take note of this, because Metaphysical Mike has been around for a while. So he's in it. And there are radical changes occurring in his life. Radical changes. You stick around, you stop only just trying to manifest a specific person. Right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm talking about for those of you who have problems, addictions, depression, anxiety, weight problems, whatever, injuries, chronic pain. I have seen it all. People can get healed. There's the run-of-the-mill. When I say run-of-the-mill, it's still miraculous. But natural things will happen. You bump into someone. Like me, I hit into someone, then hit into a gate and smashed my knee that was previously broken, and something popped and it fixed itself. That's like a run-of-the-mill. But then there's like the miraculous, like where it didn't bump and it just healed itself, things of that nature. That's all possible too. You just have to stick around. There will be ebbs and flows. There's seasons to everything. You watch. It doesn't surprise me that you're seeing this stuff. Oh my gosh, there's more. You guys, what are you doing? You guys are freaking awesome. What do we got now? Oh my gosh. Metaphysical Mike, thanks. Elise, thanks. Sweet Hun, thanks. Tasha, thanks. Jacob, thanks. Ms. MM, thanks. Sawan, thanks. Restless Viking, thank you. Marianne, thank you. AMD 137. Oh, got the 20 ducats. Who's going to beat that? Who's going to do $20.01? To be honest with you, Metaphysical Mike donated $31. No, more than that. Like $34. So, dude, you've hit the tops of the charts tonight, dog. Ain't gonna be that much more time in this stream, so I think you're gonna take the cake. Let's see what we got. I really want a new career, but I'm not sure what that is. What do you think would be a good way to get me there? Do I focus on money? Nope. Hours to work? Well, okay, I see what you're saying. You're asking, what do you focus on? You want to focus on what's important to you. Where many people go in their mind is they say, I want a new, let me think of an example. I want to be debt-free, so I'm going to imagine having $100K in the bank. The problem is that's not what you want. You don't want $100K in the bank. You want to be debt-free. So you want to decide, this is when you want to take the time, how important is it to you? Okay, you're going to have a little bit of self-confidence to realize you can manifest anything. I don't give a shit if you have experience or not. Okay, I've manifested crazy things in the beginning, like many people have. What you want to do is you want to brainstorm what is important to you. What aspects? Do you have a dream that you want? You know, you can't beat yourself up and think small. Okay, keep it to yourself if you're afraid. Don't tell someone, because they're just going to shut you down. I had an argument with my mother recently. What'd she say? I was having dinner with Haley, my sister, and my mother, and Haley was talking about how she wanted to maybe do some social media, and she's an amazing singer. She's like, maybe I should start a channel. And my mom was like, you know, honey, like maybe you should just stick with serving. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? My mother's the one who told me to stop learning coding and go get a job at ShopRite instead. If I had listened to that small thinking, I'm not trying to be mean. It did rub me the wrong way though, because I'm like, mother, we're your child. I'm your child, and so is Haley. Why would Haley not be able to do what I've done? Right? Of course, I'm the big thinker. Okay, I'm the one that tells everyone they can do everything because it's true. It's true. But the point is you choose what you want, not what you think you're capable of. Because you can always manifest your capability. Always. Always, 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 always. You do that, you choose what's important, and that's what you manifest. Focus on what's important to you. Is it more so the effects? Do you want to feel fulfilled at work? You can create a scene where you're talking with someone about how you feel so fulfilled. You know? You choose the criteria and you imagine the criteria. Now, if there's an embodiment, a symbolic embodiment, like you think of something specific, then imagine that. Sawan. Damn, I think Sawan's donated their life savings tonight, too. I think Sawan's above that. What the hell? Is belief a belief to contradict rejection? You're right, but getting rejected left and right on dates. I'm good looking, not to brag, the date goes well, and mid-date they switch up and go from being affectionate to rejecting me during the date. Totally, that's gotta be a belief. That's what you focus on. That's what you have to focus on. If you do not focus on those generalities, that's, you got it. That's what I'm trying to get you to think about, is as opposed to choosing a person after they've done that to you and say, I want to manifest that person, it's going to keep happening forever. I see it so much. And I'm like, dude, that person is not your dream person, man. You're being shown lessons. You keep manifesting the same shit. And you only are going after people who are rejecting you, which is like the hard to get thing. So change that. And then you can have anyone you want. Anyone you want. So a belief to contradict rejection would be to take out a dictionary, a thesaurus, and find what the opposite of rejection is. That's what I would do. I don't know off the top of my head, man. You know, this is I'll give you the step-by-step process. You find the generalities of what's happening, generalizations. You list as many of them as you can find. People leave me. People switch their thoughts. People suddenly realize they don't like me. I believe people suddenly feel like they don't like me. On and on and on. You list those down because those are already your beliefs. You've got nothing to lose by writing them down. And then you find the opposite. You literally take a thesaurus, go to powerthesaurus.com, and you type that in, and you find the antonym to each of those. And you create a statement which contradicts those. That's how you do it. Then you imagine those. In a conversation, having someone telling it to you, complimenting you, affirmations, imaginal scenes, yada, yada, yada. That's what you do. Christian. We talking 2021? Well, you're due. Oh, shit. So check it out, right? I got a couple, man. There's like a lot of stuff here. For everyone, I'm about to flag everyone and say it's closing time soon. So, what do we got here? Plan manifest tomorrow, what we talked about on the call we had. I recently started praying to my unconscious mind, being thankful. Any thoughts on that? Also, nice to see you on YouTube. Man, Christian, I wish I knew what you're talking about, brother. I plan to manifest tomorrow what we talked about on the call we had. I don't know what call we had, man. That's like 2 years ago, you know? Literally. Unless you put the year in wrong. So I recently praying to my unconscious mind and being thankful. So being thankful, you're going to manifest more to be thankful for. Okay? You replicate and perpetuate that which you imagine. Okay? Yo, I'm thinking about, pardon me. Ugh, what's up, guys? Let's get this sorted. Let's get this show on the road. Time for a coffee break. I don't drink coffee, do I? This is not gonna go over well. I'll be right back. Who wants a big mug of coffee like that? You know? So, but what I will say is that I need a spoon, but I'm instead going to use a fork. Right here. I hope you guys have a big coffee mug like that. Then I know you're cool. All right, so what are we talking about here? Being thankful, praying to the subconscious, that's perfect. Being thankful, you will instinctively cause more things to be grateful for. That is a great practice. And aside from that, imagine having conversations with people about how thankful you are. You don't even have to say about what. Man, I love my life. What a great life. You know, I've achieved my goals. You know, if I remembered, I would tell you, give you more specific advice. I just don't know what we were speaking of. If my imaginal act is receiving 100K, but my self-concept is I'm not worthy of riches, subconsciously, will the limiting belief prevent it? It very well could. It could cancel it out. It could prevent it. So the good news is it takes 7 seconds to change a belief. I say 7 as I'm being sarcastic, but it could take seconds, 1 second. Just simply imagine you having a conversation with someone about how you are so worthy of riches. You're not going to believe it at that moment, but that's not the point. Just like when you imagine, it doesn't exist at that moment, but you have imagined it. Same deal. Your subconscious mind gets impressed. You're still not going to believe it. That's not your job. That's what manifestation's job is. It will force you to believe. And then you'll no longer have anything in the way. Manifestation Insights, thank you. Jacob Cook, thank you. Christian Broad, nah, I can't. I wish. Marie says to watch every single thought in reverse, any negative ones. Forget that. That's old school. Listen, man, that is not even... Listen. I say this because even Neville, I disagree with a lot of things because I figured a lot of the shit out that solves them permanently. Okay? What I do agree with what you've said, and I agree with the general concept of what Joseph Murphy says. You want to watch every thought because, okay, the truth is even a single thought is going to have a cause and effect on you that you will eventually manifest something sideways if you have a thought about something sideways. Okay? So you want to watch it, guard it with your life. That's your garden. To the degree to which you monitor your thoughts, to that same degree will you monitor your life. Your whole life can fit within the contents or concept of your dreams. Okay? But now the changing the negative ones, this is where it becomes problematic. There's a lot of people who say, every thought you have, switch it if it's not what you want. This obsessive process does not fix anything. The same way as force will not cause you to get a manifestation, reversing a thought on the spot will not. That's force, okay? The solution thereby is by setting an imaginal act to counteract the belief that's causing the thought, okay? The thought is a manifestation. It's already a manifestation. You cannot change your subconscious. You cannot change the ground by beating up the tree, right? You have to dig up the tree itself, dig it up from the ground, and that is what we're talking about here, okay? Reversing a thought is just taking a tree and punching it and never fixing the weeds underneath it, never fixing the disease. You have to go in and find out what, if there was a belief if there was a belief that caused that thought, what would it be? Oh, well, I believe I'm not good enough. Okay, well, now what you do is you wait until you're in a, like, you make note of it, wait till you're even, and then imagine the opposite. Imagine saying, like, man, I'm great. I am so worthy. You know, I am destined for greatness. I was born destined for greatness. That is how you permanently, and what will happen is you will no longer, maybe not instant, but a bridge of incidents will unfold. Things will happen that will force you to believe that you were born great and to do great things. And that negative thinking will no longer happen, and you no longer create that way. All right, I'm cutting you all off with donations. If you donate from this point forward, I'm not going to answer your question if I don't have time. I'm getting tired. Good to see you back. Mike Pistol, thank you. If nothing else works, it's good to have encouragement and hope via the law of assumption. Keep the word pumping. Good word pumping. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you saying that. You know, you just do the work and keep your eyes peeled and jot down what you see. Make it, like, you don't have to have that much skin in the game, you know? But I feel you. I feel you. You know, any thinking positive is better than any negative thinking. Is the universe protecting you or something not being meant for you? Also, not real reasons to get your manifestations. It's really excuses. Not meant for you means you're just not imagining properly. I mean it. Okay, I used to even fall into the trap sometimes of thinking that maybe some things just weren't meant for me. Bullshit. 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 So guys, I think on that note, we're going to wrap things up. I will throw out there, coaching is back in full swing. I have a new offer. I am constructing imaginal scenes for people. I'm taking my time, sometimes hours, to construct scenes and then narrating them so that I'm telling you who you are. For me, this has been a very crazy powerful tactic and technique. And if you are sick of your broken reality, and if you're sick of wondering if you're doing this right, if you're sick of listening to people talking bullshit that they don't know what they're talking about on channels and all this stuff, you know, like, here's the thing, man. Like, if you watch my channel and just cut out the rest, that might rub people the wrong way for me saying that. I don't care. I have a pure intention. You will watch the results pour in. You forget what you know about everything else. You take, say, 6 months. It wouldn't even take that long, but let's just say take 3 months to let everything else wash out of your mind, and 3 months to solely, entirely, and completely saturate your mind with my teachings. You won't need to pay me anything. You won't need me to create your scenes at all. You can get whatever you want. I never paid anyone a dime, ever. And I got all my manifestations, right? You don't need to pay me shit. But with that said, I do offer a service for those of you who don't want to wait time and stuff like this. I construct imaginal scenes for you, constructing beliefs, narrate them, you listen to them, you'll manifest, you know. I'm not God in the sense of I'm not the one choosing, oh, I am God, so are you. But I'm the one choosing outcomes. I'm not the one controlling your mind, but I can tell you what I do works for me and many others. Weird. Very weird. Can you watch movies without manifesting the bad shit that happens? Listen, man, you're gonna, no matter what, have a cascade of cause and effect from watching something negative. I have a whole video where I watched the movie Punisher, and then for the first time in years, I watched a brawl occur outside of my work in San Diego. You know? So you're going to have an effect. But all your thoughts will have effects, man. All of them. God, the best thing about moving back to New Jersey is the Wawa. But you gotta realize, David, man, you're never gonna have a perfect life, bruh. Accept it. And the truth is, the more you fear the bad happening, the more it will happen. I watch stuff and every once in a while something. I had a conversation with a friend about jail. I got arrested and went to jail last night. You're gonna manifest shit that you don't want to. This is the world, man. We're not in nirvana, we're not in the perfect, this is the real world, man. You just accept it, dude. You just accept it, man. Oh, and it's not just about happening to you. You manifest shit happen to other people. And so here's the thing, right? If you don't watch it, someone else is gonna, and they're gonna manifest it too, man. It's not always manifesting it on yourself. All right? Just like Punisher, watching that shit, I didn't get beat up, but I watched someone else. Right? Or I read about XYZ in the news after I watched something. This is just what it is. You just accept it, dog. Just accept it. Yeah, I have to disagree with everyone who says nothing manifests for me when I watch things. You're just not paying attention to what's happening around you. Okay? Because if it's not happening to you, you're then going to catch it on the news, or you're going to hear someone else talk about it. It's guaranteed. There's not even a question in my mind. Most people are unaware, though, because they're not getting mugged. They're not getting stabbed. But it is happening. It will happen no matter what. You can't get away from it. That's happening whether you knew about manifesting or not. So you can't take blame. You can't freak out. This is the way the world works. And the truth is, being born, it says this in Scripture, we were chosen before the foundations of the earth. We knew the life we were going to live. Meaning, every single action that ever happens, we could foresee it before we chose this life. Every cause and effect. Think of this, right? Criminal justice system can predict to a large percentage, like 90%, whether a person's going to reoffend based on their history, right? If a person with a computer can detect a person's behavior, imagine what God, knowing everything, could predict that's going to happen. Every action, every thought, every feeling, every crime, every act of love, it's not pre-planned. It can be foreseen. And so there's no... we're not going to do something that we weren't supposed to do. We're not going to manifest something that we didn't know in advance before coming here that we were going to do. All right? You're never, even the things that I'm saying right now, before I chose this life, I could see this right now. I have free will completely, but it's the fact with all information and all knowledge, you can predict to a reasonable degree what's going to happen. Imagine you know everything, every thought from every person, every action from the beginning of time till now. You will be able to predict 1 billion years from now what is going to happen. And the reason I'm saying that is there's no blame on anything, right? We can't even be mad at people because they chose that life. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. No relation. Why manifesting a specific person seems to be more difficult than manifesting material things? Because you're dealing with a human being who has free will. James Alai, my brother is here. James, call me again. Remember he called me, I just didn't answer. Call James. Yeah, I want to tell you guys to check out my website. It's redone. I have people working for me full time now. I've got imaginal scenes that you can pay for to have me construct a perfect imaginal scene based on your desire. With my expertise, I sit down and I create it. I'm by the shore. Free will exists, but we predict. So free will happens. We all have free will. It's just that we're able to predict through our intelligence, through God's infinite intelligence. We can see what's going to happen. Let's see what my brother who's in the chat has to say. Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Hello?
You there?
Yeah.
Is this pre-recorded?
No, it's just, there's a lag. It's like my brother's on the phone and he's wondering why it's taking like 30 seconds for it. There's like a lag and a delay. Did you call for a reason?
Yeah, no, I just saw you on YouTube.
All right.
And I think this is
Yeah.
This is weird. All right, hold on. Because I'm watching you and I'm listening to
I know. All right.
Yeah, great episode.
My brother says great episode. All right, James, I'm going to go. I thought you had something crazy going on. My brother's in the chat. I thought he was going to bring something to my attention, something mysterious. But instead, now he's famous forever. Miss you, Joseph. Kara, that's a good point too. This is really important. When you dwell upon those things and you're afraid that you're going to create them, you are so much more prone to creating them. Right? Me, when I have a negative thought, I'm like, whatever, man. And it almost never creates. It's only with paranoia does it create. I will take one more donation, one more question, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Because we just hit the hour mark. I also want to know who lives in New Jersey. I also want to know who would go to a meetup in New Jersey. One's in the making as we speak. Paranoia can create, but normally the lack of clarity of thought prevents it from happening. Prevents it from impressing. That which I feared most has come upon me. How can you manifest free will? Manifest SP of free will. So free will, it's the imaginers are the ones that are forcing everyone to do everything. Right? So it doesn't matter if you have free will. If I am imagining, oh, I see what you're saying. Because you don't know. Listen, this is how manifestation works. If I imagine that someone's going to donate $100 to me, and I close my eyes and imagine it, and I never said a word, there will be a bridge of incidents that will make someone think it was their own thought. And they use their free will to make the decision, right? So it's a mix between free will and manifestation, but everything ultimately is free will. Oops. I want to know where people... we We got a donator here. Emotion dispensa I get what you're saying. So the truth is that it differs from person to person. This is the truth, man. The God's honest truth is that to some person, emotion will be their most effective tool. For me, it's words. Emotion is not as effective for me. It is clarity and saturation of mind. That is the key. It is not any one sensory vividness or a sense of vividness. It is that which causes you to be immersed and saturated. So that's a great question. Great question. Newtown, PA, close to Trenton. That's where I had the warrant from that I got locked up last night. Trenton. Yes, you have to find your mode of vividness. I need to know, I want to know directly, like I want a list of where people are right now, right meow, and I'll get you that info. Yeah, if someone died, I'm so sorry. Philly, y'all need it. Instagram me if you want to come, so I can get this. So I can get a. If y'all want to come and hang with me, shoot me a message on Instagram. You guys are awesome, dude. Where in Central Jersey, close to Rutgers? That's where I grew up. San Diego. I've left San Diego. Dude, Rocky movies, you can look at the positives in it and get your inspiration from it. That is not a crazy-ass bad movie. I'm talking about if you're watching war and, like, exploding people and stuff like that. Rahway. I am in, I'm over in Jersey Shore right now. I'm like Seaside Heights area right now. Temporarily, until I move into my house that I manifested. Let me see if I can find something cool. With that Fantasia, feeling is use words instead. Use words. Feeling is not accurate. It's not enough. I'm so sorry to break everyone's heart. It irritates me because not because that's what you're assuming is true. That's because it's the bullshit that is taught. Use your. Let me put it this way. If you stacked up in a conversation with against emotion, inner conversation or thought will get you the end result. Emotion is going to get you some half-baked generalization that has nothing to do with what you want or intend. Vacay and Seaside. Yo, whoever's in Jersey area, I'm telling you straight up, I want, you know what, everyone, if you're not on my Instagram, everyone that's in the Jersey area needs to message me, or anyone within a range of the Jersey Shore. Yeah, good times. Spring break, or where did I go? Wildwood for graduation. No, robotic affirmations are the worst way to manifest. That term is something I've coined. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Perfect. Yeah, my brother's setting up the meetup stuff now. New York City is cool too, man. That's not far. It feels great being back. I have energy. I have the most energy by far that I've had in a dog's age. I mean, just amazing. No, it's not. You don't need to repeat the same scene. You repeat the same scene in one sitting. And you could switch it the next time. The point is to saturate your mind with it so you're no longer using effort. Like remembering, oh, I have to put my hand here, or I have to say this word, remembering. No, eventually you just repeat it over and over until it becomes automatic and natural. I don't solo check. I'm sorry. Let's not have any drama in the chat. We're manifesting, guys. I want to say, some of you people, those of you who need, like I said this before, I'm just going to say this again before I wrap this up, because I am going to end it soon. I figure I may as well wrap it up with this. You guys can manifest, okay? Just use the key here, like, screw what everyone says. All right, the key, screw technique, screw everything. None of that stuff matters. The key to manifestation, I don't care what anyone says. All you do is saturate your awareness with the end result. That's the key to manifesting, right? Forget about vibration. That's all second-rate nonsense. Forget about everything. Forget about, Kundalini awakenings. Forget about your perineum to the cortex with Joe Dispenza. Forget about all that stuff, man. The key is to saturate your consciousness with what you want as if you have it. That's all you do. That's it. That's every technique wrapped into one. Use any sense that you want. You're supposed to experience what you have or what you want as if you have it. However you want to do that until it's real. You want to just use sound? That's fine. You want to just touch? That's fine. You want to use emotion? That's fine. You want to use smell? That's fine. You experience it just like you would in reality in your mind, and you will get it. That's the key. That's the key. Right? personally, it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what Neville says, it doesn't matter what Joseph Dispenza says. It's your consciousness that replicates the contents thereof. Okay, all the rest of these rules, like you have to use emotion, you have to raise your vibration, that's all bullshit, man. You have to value every thought. That's all bullshit. None of that matters. It's the contents of your awareness gets replicated outwards. That's it. That's the law. That's the law. Okay? It's the simplest thing in the world. People try to overcomplicate the shit out of it because humans get their dirty, greasy hands in it, and now they got to make some rules. Now they got to make tiers and levels and importance and values and priorities. No, you bring in your awareness the thing that you want and saturate it. That's it. No, imagine separately. Manifest it because you replicate the contents of your awareness in a very systematic way. If you imagine all things at once, they become interdependent on each other and must manifest at once. This is the law of consciousness. Why is robotic bad? It's not about robotic. I don't know if you just heard what I said. It's not about any of that stuff. Again, that's just some nuanced shit that someone's trying to do to get popular. They're trying to forget about all that, dude. Is listening to a robotic affirmation experiencing something in the end? No, that's some weird thing someone said, man. There's nothing to do with it. Imagine what you want as if you have it. The whole goal is to experience. Listen very carefully to the words I'm saying. I'm not saying these words lightly. They have exact meaning to them. Experience what you want as if you already have it. If you can do that and hold that in your mind so that you're aware of it, you will manifest it. That's it. Forget everything else. Forget everything else. Robotic affirmations, is that real? No, you're not doing anything that's real. Are you experiencing anything? No. The law of consciousness is that you replicate the content of your awareness. How do I know this? Because I've tested it hundreds of thousands of times. Not only through me, the millions of times and testimonials that I've received from my people, you guys telling me what's real, what's legit. Make sense? Does saturating longer help, say like 30 minutes instead of 5? If you could stay fixated and focused on that, but that's not going to happen. You're not going to stay focused on anything for 30 minutes. But if you can, like I do it for seconds and it happens. It's more about the ability to experience it legitimately in your mind. That's the key. Anyone from Jersey area, go ahead and message me on Instagram if you don't mind. Because I'm going to be doing a meetup and I want to know. I want to know who would be going, who would want to go. Again, like Annie, the sleepy state stuff, man, these are rules that, like, yes, it allows for an easier impression, but when I manifest, I'm doing it during the day for 2 seconds. Close my eyes, imagine this thing, boom, done. right? It doesn't need to be crazy. It doesn't need to be some scientific thing. Like the way I teach it is in a perfect world, because I've gone through and systematically derived steps to make the perfect manifestation, but this isn't what we do. We don't need to. Like, yes, the most important things, take your time and do that. I'm serious. I would do it too. Like, why not, right? All right, let's change the subject about affirmations. It's kind of some people just don't want to hear it. I get it. People are really stuck in like steps, and I get it. Seriously, I get it. It's totally fine. Some people are stuck with, I need to have a technique, right? I get that. That's fine. I lived that way for a long time. But if you want to know the cause and why techniques are really just causes applied, anything that will help you experience as if you already have it, that is a technique. For those of you who want scenes custom built for you, go to the website. My cousin Jesse, I've hired him full time. JosephAlai.com. He redid the whole site. You'll get there's packages too, custom imaginal scenes based on your desires, whether you want assumptions done, whether you want guided meditation. You go in, you pay, you send me your synopsis, and I will craft you imaginal scenes. I'll even narrate them for you. So that's something I'm offering now. I'm also offering coaching again. If you're interested in coaching, you're sick of failing, you're sick of questioning yourself, whether you're going to get it, you're sick of listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, or worse, the worst way is when someone comes to me and they're like, hey, I've been watching such and such person and doing what they said for 10 months. And then they tell me what they were told, and it's just completely wrong. That's what disturbs me more than anything else. Again, anything I sell, you can get for free on my channel anyway. It's just for people who want the shortcut and go right to the source. You can do that. I can get you what you need. That's something I'm offering now. It's kind of exciting. I'm really enjoying this all. This is great. Keep your eyes peeled for a lot of stuff coming out soon. I'm not even going to talk too much about it. You guys are just really awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Also, my Instagram is at josephali.manifests. Some people can't bear to think that they've been doing the wrong thing for a long time. If someone is disagreeing, let me kick them out of here. Random YouTuber, I'm gonna make you a moderator so you can kick that person out real fast. Because I can't find them. Oops. I know I can get a little intense with the things that I say. You know what, James? Let me make you a moderator, bro. This is my brother, James, manifesting daily as moderator. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Illuminati. This is the Eye of Providence, the Eye of God. It's existed far before the Illuminati. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I noticed tonight there's a couple people who are just really lost in the sauce, man. People with superstitions, things of that nature. It does work to listen to multiple recorded imaginal scenes. Oh, I see. Way Hard Diamond. Oh, man. I hope this is... Sorry, brother. I'm going to have to mute you. Hide this user on this channel. Sorry, dog. No hurt. Just... You don't need to be here. I'm sorry that you had bad experiences. You shouldn't be here if this is causing you pain. You should be doing something else. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm going to cut this soon. I'm going to cut this just because the chat's going. You know what? Let's talk about this. Everyone tell me the latest manifestation that they've had. Imaginal scene meditations? I'm not sure what you mean by that, unfortunately. Do self-recorded affirmations work the same as imaginal act? They can. I've experienced this lately. They absolutely can. I was manifesting within seconds. I manifested these lives back. Oh, Natalia. Hello. I'm so glad everyone's here. Manifested a G from an old class action lawsuit. Old job, class action lawsuit. Yeah, great to hear it. Extra money on a trip recently. iPhone 15 Pro. Let me get that. Come on. Shoot that over. Manifested a text from my specific person. I like that. All I need to record a custom... First of all, I create a scene and send you the scene itself that I've written. And then all I need from you is what you want. That's it. I construct it all based on what works. I don't like people to tell me what to create. That makes no sense. Let me use my expertise, my masterful... I manifest so fast. Part of it's due to the fact that I construct imaginal scenes perfectly. You just tell me what you want, and I craft the scene. And I narrate it for you to the point where I'm telling you who you are. It's not true. Bigger manifestation, more the work. It's not true at all. It's all the same. It can just take longer sometimes because there may be more moving parts. Summit, New Jersey. Who here has not gone onto my Instagram yet and added me and sent me messages? Where's Mountainside? So everything's on josephally.com. I'm going to wrap this up now, guys. You guys have been really great. Thank you all. Thank you all. Love you guys. Head to josephalley.com and head to my Instagram. Message me if you're in the New Jersey area. Springfield, Union area. Got it. I don't watch people's videos at all on YouTube. Got it. Anything else I can do for you guys before I bounce out of here? A random YouTuber. The thing is if you engage in those sort of activities, such as experiencing the wish fulfilled, you're gonna manifest it whether you like it or not. Do you day game approach women? I manifest women coming to me. That's just how I like it, because I have a set of criteria, and I can't always have confidence that I'm selecting the right chick manually. But I know if a girl's coming to me, she's already meeting the criteria that I've set forth. I love you guys. Who's trying to manifest me? I had someone once cut that clip of me saying I love you, guys, and they cut out the I love you and repeated it over and over. They were trying to manifest me. So all my information for all my prices are on my website at josephalley.com. So if any of you are wanting to get imaginal scenes or coaching, I like coaching. I've opened it up again. My birthday is in June. I love that high vibration. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, here's the funny thing is manifestation does not change. I just don't repeat content. So that's why I'm not releasing new stuff. The content is still just as valid the day I made it as I would release it right now. I'm not usually the type to repeat stuff. So just because my stuff is old, it's better than anything you're going to find out there anyone else has made. And I have people in here that can attest to that. I am back. Well, Kit, looks like you did. Cancers are where it's at. I also want every Cancer to message me, even though I'm not much of belief in that, on Instagram. I'm going to create a group of manifestors, a group of Cancer manifestors, a group of New Jersey manifestors, a group of New Jersey area manifestors. Samit, you're welcome. Thanks for being respectful and caring about that stuff. Ooh, your SP kissed you. Check that out. I'm so sorry, man. You have to realize everything is predictable. With enough information, you can predict anything. That doesn't mean, if I can predict that a murderer is going to murder again, does that mean that he doesn't have free will? No, it just means you can predict it. He still has free will, but I'm predicting the future. June 23rd, oh, what's good? I'm 27. Yeah, all June manifestors Instagram me too. I don't get annoyed. I'm really not annoyed. Sometimes I'll get a little... What I get annoyed at isn't people asking questions. What I get annoyed at is teachers. So, like, if you see me getting a little agitated, it is never at someone asking a question, ever. It's about the people who are teaching the wrong stuff. Because what will happen is someone will say to me, Joseph, XYZ person said that if you imagine for 3 days in a row nonstop, you're going to get your manifestation. But you say that you just have to imagine once. I get agitated because I'm like, whoever said that doesn't know the full picture. They haven't tested it. Right? June 28th, whoever is June 20s is also going to Instagram me. June 27th, have your dad Instagram me. June 25th, that's close enough, give or take 2 days. You can Instagram me too. I'm just kidding. Guys, thank you for hanging with me. Consciousness is God. You said, what is consciousness on a deeper level? It's the simplest way to put it. You can actually prove it. It's God. That's what consciousness is. That's the deepest level. Awareness is God. Pure, unadulterated God. That's what it is. I've been told it. I've been shown it. I know that all that matters is love. The rest is nonsense. I've had that in an NDE, near-death experience. I was shown that we create our experience here was all planned out. I was shown that all that matters is love, the rest is bullshit. And I thought that was so hippie and lame when I heard it, I didn't even tell anyone. I was like, that is the lamest thing I've ever heard. But it's a fact. I was told it from the source. Clear as day. Everything is in divine unison. Everyone is God and everything is God. That we chose this life before we were born into it. We chose this life before we were born into it. We chose our parents, knowing the life we would live. Well, I'm not dead. I'm here. But I've had a couple, let's say, very close calls. I don't want to talk about live. You don't need to believe in anything to manifest. You're manifesting all day long. You're badass. Thank you. I've been resuscitated before. You need to manifest a sugar daddy. Why not manifest just a bunch of money? Why does it have to be a sugar daddy? Deliberate manifestations generally fail because you're not imagining far enough in the future. Do you believe in demons? I've seen spirits. It's not about believing them. I've seen spirits. I don't know about demons. I don't know. But I've seen spirits. I've seen them with my eyes. We were with God before the foundations of the earth. We were chosen in him before the foundations of the earth. We knew what we selected. We were capable of looking into the world and predicting what life we could live, and we chose it. And then we chose our mom, we chose our dad, because we knew the lessons we would learn. We knew almost every single moment that would happen in this life, because we knew, based on every thought, every action, everything that ever happened from the beginning of time until that moment, we can predict infinitely into the future. It's not designing it and forcing it to happen, it's simply predicting it. Cause and effect, cause and effect. There's an infinite. One thing leads to another. One thought leads to an action, who leads to another action. My dad did this, so that I do this. But it's much more precise. And so I could choose. If I was born into Anne Alai and Thomas Alai, then I would be probably named Joseph Alai. And I would probably be, I would have mystical experiences. I would say the name of Jesus, and I would have an explosion. It would compel me down a path to teach people about God, about who they truly are. I knew that before I came here. I knew that. I could have chose any life I wanted to, but I chose this one for the sake of learning lessons. It's not that I force this life to be this way. It's that you predict what will happen based on all the facts. All the facts. And I've seen this. I was shown this. I was shown this in my NDE. Lulu, I wish I had something straight up that I could tell you. Thank you, Sarai. Is that how you pronounce your name? If you want to read the Bible, the only way I've ever known to read it was the King James, because there are King James Version, otherwise KJV. Read the New Testament if you don't have anyone to teach you anything, right? Because if I can't be there to teach you, I can't. The Old Testament comes before our power. So all the laws and rules apply to Jews only. Christians don't have these rules and laws like in Leviticus and things like this. So start from Acts and go forward all the way to Revelation. Use King James Version in this. I would have multiple versions. King James you can cross-reference with the concordance, which has all the true definitions in Greek and Hebrew. But you use a plain English one too, so that way you can read it normally. Yeah, I'm interested in Carl Jung. That's my homie. That's my OG. We die to our old self every day, in the way that Neville puts it. It's by imagining a new self. Sarai. You have like a tantalizingly close cut picture of your face, Sarai, and it's like I wish I could see who you are. Quantum physics is a way that scientists have found to describe manifesting to the best of their ability. It has its limitations. The way to, it's really made for the science religious, right? So science is the religion of the 21st century, going all the way back to probably 15th, 16th century. Before that, it was Christianity, mainly. So for people who are science religious people who believe in science blindly, quantum physics will help you with manifesting. But if you realize that science is a religion to the masses, and the way you can prove if you are someone who believes in science as a religion, you have to ask yourself the things you believe about this world. Are you yourself able to derive them, these formulas? Are you able to predict Do you have all the scientific knowledge to figure all this stuff out? If the answer is no yourself, then that means you're using science as a religion, like the majority of the world, right? This is just the way that it is. It was kind of shocking when I thought of it that way. So, but what you can realize is the same way that you have blind faith in science, if you just used a little bit of that towards manifesting, you could get what you want. Jesus is the only way. The Bible is a manifestation guide. I think when people say Jesus is the only way, I don't know what they mean. I know for me, Jesus means the imagination. It says it in Scripture. Jesus is your consciousness, and that's what manifests. So, yes, it's the only way. It is funny. It's not like a religion. It fits the criteria of a religion. People believe it blindly. Unless you're capable of deriving all the formulas and understanding it without having to quote someone else, then you're using it as a religion. Smugwise, thank you. I don't even see someone like that. Oh, I see. I'm going to mute that person. Sorry. Sasha, I'm sorry, dear. You're going to have to say that. I don't want to mute you, but I will because you're rubbing people the wrong way. I think I'm going to have to do it. Let me put you in timeout. I don't even know what that means. But at least then I won't have to ban you. Alright, now is not the time to do, that's a whole thing in and of itself, how to prove you're God. I promise you I will prove it to you yourself. Alright guys, I'm wrapping it up. I've been here to the bitter ends. I love you guys. Do me a favor, shoot me a message on Instagram if you're in the Jersey area. I'm planning a meetup. My brother's making the content right now on meetup.com. We're going to be doing some cool stuff, man. Imaginal scenes, I can craft them for you and record them. Hit up josephallai.com. Coaching is out. Hit up josephallai.com. Get on my email list, josephallai.com. Hit up my Instagram. It is josephallai.manifests, plural, or continuous. So, you all are awesome. Thank you so much. Good night, all. I'm going to hit the hay soon. I am a tired boy. Jail changed me. Just kidding. I don't know who was here from the beginning. I just got out of the clink. I was there for 3 hours. It was a warrant. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I am also taking application for friends. So you go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. I'll see you guys. Thank you all. Thanks for donations, everyone. You guys are great. I love you all. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will be doing more live streams. Thank you all. Subscribe, hit the bell icon. Stay tuned for more. Oh yeah, subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Hit the like button. It does something to the algorithm so that those who wouldn't normally be able to see this video will be able to see it. I had to throw that out there. Yes, I am saying this live, but there's about a 15-second delay, maybe 10-second delay. If you're asking, who just asked me that? Elsa. If you guys want some legit pens, this is the way, the truth, and the light. I'll let you guys decipher that and comment it, whoever can speak this language. That's the pen I use to manifest. I never winked at anyone. I'm so sorry. Thank you guys.